Last Saturday, NBC announced that scientists are convinced they could help ward off global warming by spraying chemicals into the atmosphere and reflect sunlight back into space. Now, I want you to give this some thought. Right now, I'm in a virtual reality telling you about a plan to scorch the sky and block out sunlight. So I think it's official. We are now in the movie Matrix right now. It's the Matrix. Okay. Last week, it was announced that Kevin Hart was going to host the Academy Awards for 2019. Then, less than 24 hours later, he was fired right away after some searching into his Twitter feed revealed homophobic remarks he made over 8 years ago. This leaves only one black actor candidate who has no condemning remarks on Twitter to qualify for the Academy Awards. But unfortunately, he's already booked for the next 5 to 10 years.
Damn.
Radio stations around the country are suddenly banning the song Baby It's Cold Outside because they say the lyrics are problematic and encourage date rape. A lot of people defending the song say critics are taking the song out of context. You have to understand that Baby It's Cold Outside is a product of its time. You see, it used to be cold outside. No. Of course, the song was written in 1949 by Frank Loesser, who sang it with his wife, Lynn Garland, at parties. The song was always the last one that they sang at the end of the party, and it was written as a message. It was time for people to wrap things up and go home. That was the intent of the song. And honestly, it's a lot more polite than listening to Ted Nugent and his wife Shemaine Diesel sing, "You don't have to go home, but you got to get the fuck out of here." Man was arrested in Florida Disney World for spreading his mother's remains around the park. The man said it was his mother's dying wish. Disney officials said spreading the remains around the park would not have been an issue if it weren't for the fact that the man neglected to have cremate his mother first. Now, if you thought you felt good when it was Friday or when summer vacation arrived when you were a kid, none of you ever felt as good as John Kelly right now, who is out as White House Chief of Staff. Some behind-the-scenes people said he said it felt like an enormous weight has been lifted from his shoulders as he no longer has to give piggyback rides to Donald Trump. So personally, I would like to congratulate Kelly on a job well done. It's over. Yeah, okay. Friday night, Kelly and Donald Trump, the two men, sat down and they met privately in Trump's residence, and they agreed that the departing chief should break his own news on Monday. And then, of course, that was a very professional, amicable agreement. And then Donald Trump just went ahead and spilled the beans on Saturday because he doesn't do amicable. Now, Trump already has Kelly's replacement picked out. His name is Nick Ayers. And it was so decided that Ayers was going to take Kelly's place that Trump had already prepared a news release announcing Ayers' appointment before anyone even asked him if he was going to take the job. Well, we all know Nick Ayers' decline, and the position has proven, all of this has proven to be a humiliation to Donald Trump and his adult children, a particular motion that the Trump family tries to avoid at all costs, by the way. Once it leaked out that this, to many critics, once this news leaks out, many critics jumped on the news, including, this is real, by the way, a lawyer, it was a Stormy Daniels lawyer, Michael Avenatti. He said, when a 36-year-old man, often seen as POTUS in action, turns down the White House Chief of Staff, that tells you all you need to know. Now, I actually spoke to Michael Avenatti. If you read right below it, that's me, Catboy in a dress. And I asked him, out of curiosity, how often does this happen? How often does a young man turn down the job for White House Chief of Staff? And he actually replied. He said, never. It never happens.
That's awesome.
Never happens. And by the way, if you want to go through the trouble of looking this up on Twitter yourself, that's a real conversation. I actually talked to Michael Avenatti. I didn't make that up. All right. So nobody's interested in the job. right? Because they're trying to dump this all over. But I got an idea. I, Catboy Kunhua, would like to announce my interest in the job. I would like to be the White House Chief of Staff, and I'll tell you why. Will I be able to control the president? No. Are we going to fight? Yeah, we're going to fight. Do I agree with the president's policies? No. Will this help your country, America? Not a chance. No. But will I bring a steady hand to a tumultuous West Wing? Fuck no, that's not going to happen. But honestly, nobody could, so who cares? What really matters, this is the important part. What really matters is I believe in my heart of hearts that I'm going to get some shits and giggles out of the appointment. I mean, who wouldn't want to spend 10 minutes on the deck of the Titanic just to watch it go down? I want to see if that band can hold a tune when they know they're in for the big dip. And finally, last news of the night. We know things are getting more chaotic for Donald Trump as Robert Mueller begins to reveal his hand. Last Friday, Mueller dropped the sentencing recommendation for former Trump attorney Michael Cohen for making payments to Karen McDougal and Stormy McDaniels. Prosecution wants a substantial punishment. However, Cohen has argued that he should have a lighter punishment because of his generous contributions to charity. And of course, we know that Cohen has given to charity. He's given to charity. He's also given to Destiny. He's also given to Ginger. and several other porn stars.
Wow.
And that's the way you wish it wasn't. I'm Catboy Kunhua.